Hey everyone, I am Keshia White and I help new service providers attract premium clients online. I have a free guide on successfulserviceprovider.com all about the 5 easy steps to attract more high-paying clients. So make sure you grab that guide if you haven't already. It gives you some really good tips for this. And before we dive into the video, want to make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you know when I upload. And then also make sure you share and leave me a comment if you found this helpful. So for our topic today, let's dive in. It's going to be all about how to charge more for your services. So this is something that can be very challenging. I know for a lot of new entrepreneurs who are just starting out in business. I know it was certainly a challenge for me. I stayed in the place of undercharging for years, like way much longer than I needed to. And it just caused me to pretty much just stay stuck for longer than I really wanted to in jobs that I hated. It made building a full-time business seem really tough and really far-fetched when it really wasn't even that hard to do once if I would have had my prices done right. And it just really it was like a lack of confidence thing, like not doing a lot of work and having very little money to show for it wasn't really good for my confidence at all, because I would kind of have these off and on periods of my business when I was still in my 9-to-5 where I would be super serious and just really into it and like, yeah, I'm gonna work really hard and really make this business work. But then I had very little money to show for it afterwards, or something would maybe happen to throw me off track and I would kind of get discouraged and the momentum would stop. But the thing about understanding pricing and charging more is that it can really boost your momentum a whole lot in your business. And charging more, when I say charge more, I mean charging like a premium rate. So that would be a rate that's like $1,000 and up for your service. So whether you are doing a done for you service, like design or like copywriting, bookkeeping, anything like that, or whether it's coaching or whether it's consulting, you can absolutely be charging a premium for it. But there are just certain things that you need to put in place to make sure you're able to charge a premium and you can get the kinds of clients that are willing to pay premium. Because a lot of people, what they don't understand is that once they increase their rates to that premium level, you're pretty much having to tap into a different part of the market. So you're not going to be talking to the same people who would want to get a $50 logo or who just want to get a $75 resume. Like you're going to be tapping into people who want more, people who want the best, people who want a full solution. So I'm going to share these 3 tips really quick that can help you tap into that market of people, like the kinds of people who are looking for premium, because a lot of times people who are willing to pay more, those people, like I said, are looking for more, and they know to get the best and they know to get excellent results that's going to cost more. Like it's just like if you were to go to the store and invest in like a new vacuum cleaner, you know, if you invest in like the cheapest one, it's probably not going to do that great, and you may have to buy a new vacuum cleaner in like 6 months. Versus if you are going out looking for the best, you want one that's going to last a long time. You want one that's going to actually give you good results when you use it. It's going to cost more money. So you're going to just be, as a consumer, shopping for something that costs more. And it's the same thing when people are hiring for a service. Like when they want to go premium, they want the best, they know that's going to cost more. So it's just making sure you as the business owner can attract those types of people. So for our first tip is to make sure you choose a niche of the market to help and you solve the top problem with your service. So a lot of times when we are all starting out in business, we want to just serve everybody and we want to get whatever clients we can get, and we think that's the best way to make more money. But now everything is really saturated, and if you just try to target everybody, you end up getting drowned out online and you just pretty much speak to no one. So you want to make sure you choose a specific segment of the market to target and you create a solution tailored to their needs. So this is something that instantly elevates the value of what you do. It makes it immensely more appealing. It makes like your target clients, their ears perk up when they hear about you. They're like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. Like, let me figure out how I can work with this person. So you have to be very specific in the kinds of clients that you want. So a quick example would be like a career coach. So you may see a lot of people out there who just say, I'm a general career coach for anybody at any point in their career. But people in different levels in their career, they have different needs. Like an entry level employee, maybe they just want to figure out how to get their first promotion, and maybe they just want to figure out how to start building those first relationships in the corporate world. Versus like a more established, like manager level employee, maybe they want to figure out how to get to the executive level, and so they need to figure out how to be a more visible leader, or how to really get to that executive level. Like that's a bit more strategic than just getting a simple promotion. So you have to really speak to your particular part of the market and know what are their specific needs, and make sure you develop a solution tailored for that. And so that elevates the value of what you do, and that can definitely help you charge more. And so our second tip is having an elevated process for working with your clients. So a lot of people online are always screaming about like charge your worth and raise your rates and blah, blah, blah. But you have to give people a good process to make them want to pay more, because sometimes people have gotten burned in the past when they worked with certain service providers where maybe they didn't get the outcome they expected and they felt like it was like a waste of money and that kind of thing. So you want to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's on everything in your process so your clients can have a smooth, effortless experience to work with you. So an example of this, like if you offer a service, something that I would do with my clients when I was doing web design, that's how I built my full-time business before I got into selling the course I sell now. But as a web designer, I built into my client process like checkpoints through Zoom to where I would walk through the mock-ups for the designs with the clients and talk about it through video call. So this helped really elevate my process, because a lot of people won't do this. They may just email a design over and ask the client what they think. But I wanted to actually have a conversation with the client. I wanted to hear feedback verbally to make sure it was what they liked. And I had revision rounds built into the process to make sure they were able to get an end result that they would actually love. So that's just one tiny example of like how to make sure a process is supportive and elevated to pretty much go above and beyond other service providers to justify a premium rate, because little things like that make something feel premium and kind of feel more elevated. Like if you think about it, always compare it to like a hotel. Like if you go to a Motel 8 versus like a Ritz-Carlton, there's little touches inside of the Ritz-Carlton in the way they treat you and things that they do for you that makes it feel like it's worth way more money, because both of them essentially are rooms with a bed and a bathroom. But things that the Ritz-Carlton is going to do to make it feel elevated, that's what makes it worth more money to the consumer. And so the third piece is to make sure you sell via discovery calls. So whenever you're selling something that costs more, clients should not be able to like buy it straight off of your website, like if it's a service. So like let's say you have a $5,000 service package, right? So 9 times out of 10, very few people are gonna like buy and sign up for that $5,000 package directly from your website. So your objective is to make sure your website or your landing page sounds compelling enough to influence them to book a discovery call. And on a discovery call, that is where you want to talk to the client, figure out what issues are they dealing with, how can your service address their issues, and then you kind of talk about at the end of the call how the service really can serve them where they are, and how the service can get them from where they are right now with the problem that they have over here to point B where the problem is resolved. So those types of calls really help you justify the premium cost, because a lot of times people may shy away from paying premium just because they don't really understand why is the service worth premium. So when you sell through a discovery call, instead of just trying to sell like off of your web page, you can easily justify why your services is worth premium by actually taking the time to listen to the client, listening to what they're going through, listening to what their goals are, and then tying what they want, like what are their problems. You can tie that back to your service and how your service can help them overcome those problems and help them reach their goals. So that is the best way to sell, because you can't do that just on a web page, because you don't know what their individual issues are until you actually talk to them. So if you can actually talk to the real people, hear what they are saying to you, connect that back to your service, that can really help you justify charging more. So I'm going to recap these 3 tips. So make sure you choose a niche to serve, like a specific area of the market, and identify their top problem that you can help and solve with. And make sure you tailor your package that you are going to be selling around those people's needs. And that will absolutely elevate the value of what you do. And the second step is to have an elevated process that feels premium. So whether you put extra checkpoints through video call, whether you give people like a nice offboarding guide on how they can use whatever it is that you do, whatever it is where you see little gaps in your process of working with clients, where you can maybe take it a step further to make clients feel more supported or to give them extra help, then build that into your process to make it worth more and to make you go above and beyond to where it's worth a premium rate. And then the third piece is to sell via discovery calls. So you want to listen to people, listen to what they need, and make sure your service is really a fit for them. And if it is, once you hear what their needs are, you can really justify why it's a good decision for them to invest premium in what you do. So if you enjoyed those tips, make sure you download my free guide on the 5 easy steps to attract more high-paying clients online. The guide is at successfulserviceprovider.com. The link is in the description with this video as well. And also make sure you like the video if you enjoyed these tips, and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I upload. And also share this if you found it helpful, because I always love spreading the information with people. So share it and leave me a comment to let me know which tip was most helpful. So thanks for checking out the video, and I will see you in the next one.